What's up, boozers?
Today, we're reviewing
Reincarnation from 2004.
Ooh, it's a real
back when I was
doozy.
in high school.
It's directed and written by Faye Wong.
I think it would be Wang.
Wang?
Wong would be with an O. I don't speak Mandarin, but
I just don't like to say
do read
Wang.
English. Starring Julia Sun, Joshua Michael, and Zhang Tang Li. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. The end got a bit confusing. So there's this murder that happens at this hotel back in the 70s where this professor goes crazy and kills 11 people, including both his children and his wife.
It's 30... Well, no, he doesn't kill the wife.
Oh, well, he tries to kill the wife, but...
It was 35 years prior to this movie.
So, anyways, this director decides that he's going to recreate this film from the perspective of just the victims. The title is Reincarnation, so obviously everyone, in some aspect, is a portrayal of a past life. Whether it's through their own reincarnation or just as an actor is sort of hard to tell at the beginning, but it's all played out in the end. There's this main chick, so she's playing the lead victim, the daughter of the professor who gets murdered.
She was about 6 years old, I think, when it happened, right? Yeah.
So she's kind of going in and out of delusions the entire time, which are a little bit hard to follow. I really liked the way it was done. The style of it, honestly, reminded me of Silent Hill a lot. How it was in and out of the fogginess, which is... Silent Hill is one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
It reminded me a little bit of The Shining, too. Some aspects of it.
The
Not entirely,
hotel-y, murdery, in between the past and the present thing.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Maybe, like, the quality of it being from 2004 seemed a little bit dated. In comparison to other movies that were coming out at that time, I think it was much better done, and not just, like, the effects of it, but the storyline and the way the scenes were cut and meshed together, I thought was very well done. The shots back to the past were very quick and only happening in one person's head, so it wasn't absolutely mindfuck confusing like The Forest was.
Right,
where you had no idea what was actually happening and what wasn't. You know that this girl was completely crazy, but you also knew that it was partly because of who she was reincarnated from, which is not conveyed until the very end. It's super awesome.
It is super awesome.
I absolutely loved it.
The twist was great. I think the beginning, the very first 10 or 15 minutes was kind of hard to follow because you are introduced to all the characters at once. They're not relevant to each other's lives at that point.
They're actors.
Right. They're actors, and you see some flashbacks, and it all gets kind of confusing in the beginning, and you're curious what's happening. But at the same time, it's okay because they clarify that really quickly. It's part of the After Dark Horror Fest series, which is a bunch of foreign films that are horror movies.
Yeah.
And they're mostly lower budget and not as known, but a lot of people actually, I think, enjoy them. So let's talk about the doll. I'm not afraid of dolls. I just want to put that out there. Some are freaky looking, yes, but I'm not scared of dolls. It's the way I am. Some people are terrified of clowns. Some people are terrified of spiders. Me.
And some people grew up with my grandmother who was obsessed with old dolls that were creepy as fuck. I'm not too afraid of dolls.
The doll itself in the movie just looks so weird.
It's
like its eyes, it had like fish eyes.
It looked like, what's that chick in Mean Girls? Amanda Seyfried. It looked like Amanda Seyfried. her eyes are fucked. Okay.
Yeah, but at least she's attractive. This doll, there was nothing good about this doll. The dress was just terrifying. The face was terrifying. Everything about this doll was horrifying. And then it started moving on its own. It abducted someone in the middle of the movie. Did some giggling at one point. It, at the end, comes up the stairs by itself, just walking.
Yeah, this is the end where this girl's like about to complete the sequence of the reincarnation of this entire story of murder/suicide, and the doll starts coming up the stairs, and it's
comes at her, and then its face changes, and it doesn't make it any better. It starts talking, like its lips move and its eyes, and it just, oh my god, it was, I'm gonna have nightmares. I'm going to have nightmares about this doll.
And there was not a single jump scare. Not a single jump scare in the movie.
No jump scare.
But
you're still, you feel a lot of tension while you're watching it, but there's no jump
It's very emotional.
We were going back and forth during the movie,
trying to questioning
who she was and who these other people were. We got it completely wrong. We tried numerous different things, and then we got confused because they had another like timeline going on of other people that were reincarnated from this incident, and we just didn't know what was happening. And I was pleasantly surprised at the end. I'll just say that. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. Well. I know we talk about spoilers sometimes, but this one I really don't want to spoil.
Yeah. No.
And it's been out long enough that, you know, you can find it anywhere. IMDb gave it about a 5.9 out of 10. I'm going to go ahead and give it probably a 7.5.
Yeah,
I think it was really good. You could tell it was lower budgeted. They made the most out of the budget they had, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Special effects were kind of cheesy at some points, but it was still really well done.
And granted, this was more than 10 years ago.
Right,
so
right.
special effects weren't what they are today. I would, 7.5. For sure.
We were debating in the beginning because it seemed so cheesy whether or not we should be drunker or more sober to make this a more enjoyable movie. In the end, it really kind of just grabbed our attention and held it. And then we kind of wished that we hadn't drank as much as we did, sort of thing. At least I did. I was drinking a lot at that point. And so I slowed it down a little bit, and you might want a little buzz to get started. It's a little slow in the beginning, but after that it really takes off and keeps your attention.
But I think it's necessary for the slowness in the beginning in order to understand the full story and to figure out how these, like, sort of random characters intertwine.
Alright, so make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. Let us know what you like. We know what you're about. We'll see you guys next time. As always, stay awesome.
Stay boozing.
Keep boozing.
Keep boozing.
And see you next time.
Cheers.